All right. I think we might have better luck here. I swear, you guys, every time I go live on Facebook, something crazy happens. And today didn't disappoint. So here I am, a couple minutes late, Becky Lander with myconsultanttraining.com. And I am so excited to be here today with you to chat a little bit about systems. So you're going to hear about systems throughout the entire month of August. We have all kinds of different systems to make your life a little bit easier in direct sales. So as you're joining in, let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that I'm live because I've had all kinds of fun, weird notifications going on today. I am going to go ahead and do my best to share this in our group. So if you are not yet in our My Consultant Training Tribe group, it is a free group. You are more than welcome to join us, invite your team to join us. And I am also super excited to be here live with you guys during the day. For a while, pretty much since, husband's been working at home, kids have been home, pretty much since the spring. I've been doing some late night lives, but I am so happy to be back to regular daytime hours. I fit it into my calendar to be on with all of you during the daytime. So you'll see me every Monday at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern here on the business page, Becky Launder. I'll also share it to our free group. And this time we set up an event to tell all of you about it, but Facebook wasn't letting me actually post the video to the event. So I might have to post the replay there. Sorry for the confusion on that one. So let me make sure I can see you guys and I can see your comments. Hey, Leslie, good morning. Hi, Becky. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you again. Jamie and I were just on a office hours call together. And yes, good. You can see me, you can hear me. Amazing. All right. So we are going to talk today all about systems to keep track of your customers. And I often get questions about, when is the right time to put a system in place in my direct sales business? Maybe you're just starting out and you're thinking, I don't need a system. I have 10 customers and I know who they are and I know how to keep track of them. I'm not going to get them confused and I'm doing a great job with my follow up, right? But as your business grows, it is eventually going to become a little bit harder to manage all of those relationships that you have with your customers. So I have a couple solutions for you that work really well that I think you are absolutely going to love. And I can't wait to dive into them with you. So my recommendation would be if you are just starting out, get your systems in place now. Absolutely. Get your systems in place, ready to go. So as your business continues to grow and scale, then you're just adding to it. So if you're first starting out, you've probably heard people say, hey, go ahead and make a list of 100. Who's on your Frank's list? Create this potential customer list. So you're going to want to do that, but in a little bit more systemic fashion. So you can think about the original list that you have that starts to evolve over time. You add more customers, people refer you to others. Your list continues to grow. So we're going to take that list and we are going to create an infrastructure to help you better manage your customers. So absolutely nobody falls in the cracks, because that's the worst feeling, is realizing, oh my gosh, I forgot to follow up with that customer, or it's been at least 6 months since they placed an order. I should have probably checked in sooner and now I'm kind of a little embarrassed. Or even worse, you're talking to somebody and you're thinking they're somebody else. So a good problem to have when your customer base gets that big you have that many customers coming at you, but you are going to want to create a system to track your customers. So my recommendation is to use one of two systems. So you probably know yourself best. Know if you work better, pencil and paper. Maybe you have a notebook that you keep track of things on. Maybe you're like me, you have a Rocket book over here with all your notes on it. Or you might know that you're a little bit more of a digital person and you like to have things online and you like to be able to access things on the go when you don't have your notebook with you. For those, I recommend using Trello. And I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Trello for customer tracking. It is a free tool. It's really a project management tool, but I've kind of modified it and made it work for me in terms of keeping up with customers and tracking. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. So let's start with our paper and pencil gang. So I know, Jeannie, I'm kind of in the same. Like, I like my handwritten to-do list over here, but I also keep track of my entire business pretty much in Trello. So I'm a little bit of both. If you haven't used a Rocketbook before, this might be the best of both worlds and kind of blow your mind, but Rocketbooks are awesome. You can buy them on Amazon. We just gave away a few in the challenge we did in our academy. And in the Rocketbook, you can jot down notes, then you scan this QR code and it will upload. And one of the places you can have it upload to is Trello. So if you, I think Kristen Hankins taught me that trick. So if you are more of a paper and pencil person, but you want your notes organized and in place and available online, you snap a picture of that page and it automatically goes to the Trello board or card that you created. So yes, yay, you have one, Jamie, perfect. And yes, I'm gonna show you how to use Trello as a CRM here in just a minute. So yeah, April, blowing your mind, right? So if you don't have a Rocketbook, they're super cool. They work with my very favorite pens, these friction pens. I think I should like brand repped for them because I love them. They're erasable pens and they work amazing on paper. But here in the Rocketbook, you just take a little cloth. I think I have one over here. And you just wipe off the page with a little bit of water and you start over clean slate. And so you can use the notebook over and over and over again. Yeah, pretty amazing. The guys that created this are geniuses. And I love watching their Kickstarter video. They're super funny and entertaining. So, all right, so that's a side note. Rocketbook works really well no matter which system you decide to use. So let me show you a couple things real quick. I will update this with links here in just a minute. Yes, mind blown. I know. I nerd out over this stuff too. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. I'm going to lose your comments for a minute, but I'll try to come back to them. So if you are a paper and pencil person, I have this download over on my website. You are welcome to snag it. It's a customer power sheet, and it's basic information about your customer. So you're going to obviously want to keep track of their contact information and how you met them or who referred you. What party they attended and how what event you met them at. You want to remember that kind of information. You can add their birthday in if you're doing any kind of birthday club or gifts or anything like that. You can also add in order history, party history. If you have a direct sales company that has a very sophisticated back office, some of this data might be in there already for you. Or if you have a less sophisticated, which I feel like most people are on the less sophisticated side, then you may need to kind of keep track of this on your own. So this is a customer power sheet. If you like notebooks, you can print this out. You can put it in a 3-ring binder, print this page 100 times over. Every time you have a new customer, jot down their information. And yeah, and then maybe flag when you're going to follow up with them. I think that's one of the most important things about customer relationship management or CRM systems is that you're getting a reminder of when you need to follow up with them. So again, nobody slips through the cracks. So that is our customer power sheet. You can grab that right over at myconsultanttraining.com/customer-tracking. So I'll pop that right over into our chat. So if you are a paper and pencil person, that might be a good fit for you. So let me go ahead and drop that link in there for you. Man, I'm like multitasking on 2 screens today. I'm feeling really with it here with the technology. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Trello. Again, if you are somebody that likes to have things electronic, or maybe you are going to use your Rocketbook and connect it, then Trello is going to be a really great solution for you. So you can get all the details on Trello, including my free Trello sample board. So it's a template. Jamie, we were just talking about templates and how much we love templates. So if you want a starting point for a CRM system using Trello, feel free to grab that Trello board from the link that I just posted over in the chat. So let me share my screen here again. And let me show you Trello and how it works. So again, some of you may have already used Trello for project management or various systems that you might have in place, maybe at your day job, or I've even collaborated with people on Trello boards for baby showers or big events. I planned an incentive trip to Disney World using a Trello board where I had all the details of what we were doing over here in Trello. So let me drag this over here real quick so I can see your comments coming through. Yes, we must have templates, exactly. So this is the link right here, myconsultanttraining.com/Trello. If you just type your name and email in, it will send you a link directly to my Trello board that you can copy and save and use for yourself. I should mention that there are also a lot of other CRMs out there. There's Sell with Amy, there's FitFu, there's HubSpot, there's Teamsy, there's Tractivity. There are so many others out there. And I really believe when it comes to systems, a system is only as good as the system that you use. So you kind of have to figure out what works for you, and then whatever works best for you, you just kind of have to stick with it. So that's my recommendation on systems as you're trying to figure out what might be the best option for you. So let me show you here Trello. So again, this is a public template. So when you put your name and email in, they'll send you a link to this. So Trello is very cool because you can drag and drop things. So if you're going to move something over, you just drag a card over. So it's kind of magical in that way. It also works really visually. I can show you another Trello board that has a little bit more visuals to it. I, again, use Trello for nearly everything in my business. It's a great way to collaborate with other people on my team. And I put this together, I think it was just for our Academy members. You can see how it's really visual over here. This is a way to actually track your team if you're a leader in Trello, to kind of keep track of people if they're brand new and in an incentive period, or if they're promotion bound, slow and steady. But you can see, again, you can just drag and drop these cards wherever you want them to go. So underneath these header images with these pretty pictures here across the top, that is where you would put your teammates down below and move them into various categories to help you prioritize your follow-up. So similarly, as we're talking about customers, let's pop back over here to the customer board. Over here, you can create different cards for each person. So let's say that you have a hostess coming up. This is the same description and information that I just showed you on that customer power sheet. So again, their contact information, birthday, any of that you can put here into the description. You can also create your own checklists within Trello. So I love checklists. They help me stay on track. As you check things off your list, it's going to show you a little progress bar, like you're doing great with your hostess coaching. You're almost up to 100%, right? So you can use these checklists. The other thing that you can do within Trello, which is really beautiful, is that you can set a due date. So let's say that you booked a party with this hostess and their name and their party date is up here at the top of the card, and it's not going to be until the 31st. You can set a reminder for 1 day before, 2 days before, the day of, whatever you need to do to remind yourself to follow up with that potential hostess. So you can set those due dates, which I find super helpful. And I have this board organized in a way that makes sense for me. Of course, you could change any of these categories for yourself. But here on the top, I have active leads. So people that I'm talking to, people that might potentially be a lead, maybe they haven't ordered yet, but hopefully they will in the future. Then I have active customers, and my active customers are people that are ordering regularly over here in this column. Then I have potential hostesses. So maybe somebody that said, I'd love to do a party with you, but I really can't do anything until after school starts in September. You can just put them right here on this column. So an example would be just drag them right over here and set that reminder so the due date comes up and reminds you to connect with that hostess. Or say you have a hostess that has booked a party and you know it's coming up on August 31st, you would just put them on an upcoming hostess. Then you'll have a past hostess card, which is, or not card, board. We call it boards here across the top. But that's fantastic because on past hostesses, you know that you're going to be in a spot where you're like, oh, I got to follow up with all my past hostesses and see if I can reach out to them and rebook them. You're going to have them all in one place, which is super helpful. Maybe somebody that's interested in the business, potential teammates, move them over there. You can invite them to your next opportunity event. You can remind yourself to follow up with them about joining when the time is right for them. And then lastly, I have a section here on dormant customers, because as much as we don't want anyone over here in this column, it happens, customers go dormant, and you can decide if it's after 3 months of no orders or 6 months of no orders. So maybe they're not top priority for you to follow up with, but you do want to get back to those customers and try to get them ordering with you again. So you can throw them over here in this dormant customers tab. Let's see, April, love this, using Trello for social media content management. Yes, absolutely. So this is a great way to organize social. I mean, you can do anything with Trello. Like I said, I plan to trip with it. But I think that it's a good place to start. Do you recommend a CRM first or an email follow-up system? Oh, Jamie, that's up to you. I mean, I think I would do the email follow-up system first, because I think there's more potential for that to be kind of working in the background for you while you're getting your system set up. So I would do email first, then I would think about CRM after that, I think. But really, there's no wrong answer there. You could do it however you'd like. If you're using Trello, you can set these reminders on this customer card. Maybe there's a thank you email that you send. You connect with them on social media. You invite them to your group. You add them to your email list. There you go, Jamie. Check in and see how they like their order. And again, you can set reminders for each of these. This is like an upgraded feature where you can do a reminder per subtask. But you can just do a due date on the card to remember, okay, in the end of the week, I need to follow up with this customer. So I found that it works really, really well just for keeping track of things. Like I said, eventually your business will, even if it doesn't feel this way yet, it will get so big that you are going to want to have a system in place where you can follow up with those customers and you keep all their information in a central place. I can't tell you how many times I was like dropping off orders or dropping a thank you note in the mail. And it's so nice to have everything in one place. The one other thing about Trello that I'll mention, I should have showed this to you. I guess I still can. But one thing that's really cool is if your back office system does not connect to any kind of CRM system, you can simply take a snapshot of an order and add it to Trello. So what I mean by that is most of us get emails that come in as people place orders. So let's just do like a mock-up here. So let's say this is my order receipt. Obviously it's not, but you can just use like the snipping tool or a screenshot tool, grab a screenshot of that, copy it. And then when you're back over here on your Trello board, this Trello board that we're looking at, you can simply go ahead and grab that customer card and you can, oh, that's a template. So let's do one more here. Let's say we got an order from Jamie. Oh, give you some craziness here. We can just add paste and that item will be attached to the card. So that's a really simple way of moving order information into Trello. The one thing that it doesn't do is that it's not searchable if you do it that way because it's a picture, it's a screenshot, but at least attached to each customer, you would have their order information all in one place. So if you want to just easily copy and paste over their order history, you can do that in Trello, or you could do a copy paste and drop it into the comments. So really, like that card with the customer's information on it continues to grow over time. So you can add, you can add orders, you can add parties that they've had with you, you can set reminders, you can do all of it in Trello. So I'm a big fan of Trello. I hope that the template is helpful for you. If you have more questions on how to keep track of your customers and different systems and tools, I would be happy to answer those for you. Let me see if there's any other questions. Nope, I think I answered them all. And again, I posted those links in the chat to grab the free power sheet for your customers and also to grab the Trello board, but I'll also update this post. And so it is in the video description as well. So thank you guys so much. It was great to see everyone virtually. I will be back next Monday at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. And next week, we're talking about getting your finances organized. So don't be scared. Don't run the opposite direction. I know finance isn't the most popular topic among direct sellers, but I am going to show you a super simple system to keep track of your expenses and your income so you can easily be prepared at tax time, and you can also make sure that you're in profit mode, because that's the goal here, is that we're all making some money, right? All right, you guys. Yay, Sarah, so glad it was helpful. Oh, Lindsay, you just missed us. You'll have to catch the replay. All right, you guys, have a great afternoon. I will talk to you soon. See ya.